Hey, what's up, Street Gods? This is Eric Kim from the Eric Kim Street Photography blog. I wanted to share with you why I deleted my Instagram. So, about a week or two ago, and I had about over 65,000 followers. First of all, I was actually inspired by Kanye West, who deleted his Instagram and his Twitter. And I've thought about the idea of deleting my Instagram for a long time for several reasons. First of all, for me, it was a huge distraction. Let me give you an example. I'd be driving in the car, and instead of focusing on driving or paying attention to a conversation with Cindy, I'll just be thinking, I wonder what photo I'm going to upload to Instagram today. I didn't like that. Second reason is Instagram as a platform really kind of sucks. Like, for example, I'm a big fan of Flickr and Tumblr because there's so much more creative in terms of the ways you can upload your images. Also on Flickr, more or less you can have unlimited up to 1 terabyte full res JPEGs. So for me, it's just a cloud storage service. And you can also see your photos really big on your laptop, I don't know, like on your TV, on your computer, iPad, phone, whatever. Whereas with Instagram, you're trapped into their ecosystem of just seeing photos on the phone. And I think really great art, you cannot really appreciate all the photos on just a tiny, you know, 4.7-inch screen, assuming you have an iPhone 6, or even if you have an iPhone Plus, it's really like, I think, for me, I enjoyed my photos to be at least 4 by 6 prints or 5 by 7 preferably. And so it just kind of limits you in terms of how you can express yourself through photos. And the problem with Instagram is, so we all know what gets a lot of likes. So for example, cappuccino photos, food photos, or photos of your camera with your almond milk cappuccino that costs you $7 with your camera. Not only that, but certain artsy photos on Instagram which get a lot of likes. So generally black and white, nice symmetry, minimalist, because that's all you could really appreciate on a 5-inch device, 5 to 7 inch device, whatever it may be. And so this kind of fucks up your creativity because you're trying to make photographs that will get you a lot of likes on Instagram, and therefore you're becoming a slave to the whims of Instagram, the platform, and your audience, rather than following your own creative heart and soul. Other reasons why I don't like Instagram is that, okay, so I'll tell you a story. Um, I have a photo that I shot in Detroit in 2013. It was a photo of a KKK costume in the Henry Ford Museum. So I upload the photo, no problems. I wanted to make a political statement to say, hey guys, KKK is kind of like Nazis. Let's make sure the world doesn't become a fucked up place. So I took that same image of my KKK image. I opened it up in Photoshop. I added layers and I made it like a cubist image. Instead of the usually the KKK members, they have that it's like a cross. I photoshopped that and made it look like a swastika. And as an artist, I was trying to make a political statement saying, "Hey guys, KKK, Nazism, you know, all this fucked up political shit. We want to make sure we don't do that again." So I try to make a political statement through my photos. I upload to the gram, and obviously ruffled a lot of feathers because I think good political art should. Eventually, I got locked out of my Facebook, my Instagram account, and I tried to open it, and it said, "Oh, something, something like your content has been removed because it did not follow community guidelines." And then I had this epiphany moment where, so Facebook owns Instagram, bought it for $1 billion. So it's that effectively you could think that Facebook and Instagram is the same company because it is. Ask yourself, why why does Instagram exist? What incentive does Facebook have to have you to use Instagram? Advertisements. I remember So right now I actually don't own a smartphone, but I really want an iPhone. I was on Instagram on my Android phone, and I saw a commercial of like Steph Curry from the Warriors shooting a three pointer. You know, something like something shot on iPhone. I'm like, oh man, if I bought an iPhone, I'd be so much more creative and sexy and smart, blah blah. And so you can see a very subtle way that advertising was able to affect me. And I like to think, oh, I'm above advertising. That doesn't influence me, but it really does in very small, subtle ways. And I think modern day advertising is essentially making us slaves to consumerist culture. Trust me, I'm not immune. I love shooting with a Leica camera because it makes me feel more important. I like to shoot with a Ricoh camera because it's a cheap $600 digital camera, but it shows that like, I don't care about brands and stuff like that. I also like to wear Nike shoes because I think if I wear Nike shoes, I'll become more athletic, more muscular, I'll get a six pack and whatnot. I think if I buy a Lamborghini, all of my insecurities about my masculinity will be augmented through owning a fast sports car. And so in my personal life, I'm actually trying to remove as much advertising for myself as possible. So what I do not longer do anymore. So I don't have a smartphone anymore because to me it's a huge distraction. And I don't know why I do this, but I'd always open up my smartphone, always go to the app store and see all these new stupid games and stuff to download. And that always like wastes, I don't know, like 15, 20, 30 minutes of my time. And always thinking, oh, if I had that perfect app, my life would be better. Um, Also, I don't visit blogs anymore, which are supported by advertising, which is essentially all blogs. So I don't read blogs anymore. Even YouTube, I don't really like going on YouTube anymore because there's so many ads on YouTube, and it's just really fucking annoying. So very little YouTube anymore. The only thing I trust are books, and even now I don't like to use Kindle anymore because it's kind of creepy for me that Amazon knows how fast you read, what books you're downloading, and the recommendation algorithm engine, it's so good. It actually knows what books I want to read before I know I want to read it. But the reason why I do not like this is because rather than finishing the book I already have, I'm already on to buying a new book and I just end up reading nothing. And so for me personally now, I just try to stick to paperback books whenever possible, or I like to read books on the Mac or iPad on the iBooks platform because at least there's more privacy. That's actually one thing I've been caring a little bit more about lately. So going back to Instagram, it fucks up your self-esteem in terms of photography because if you upload a photo that doesn't get that many likes or you're losing followers, it kind of really fucks up with your emotional status. And I don't think you should crowdsource your self-esteem, as Kanye West said, because there's so many factors which dictate how many likes or faves or followers you get. So generally speaking, if you post at around noon Pacific time, that's the maximum time for likes. If you post more than one photo a day, you're spamming people, so you're gonna get people to unfollow you. I did an experiment. I just started uploading like 20 photos at a time because I just did it for myself. People are like, oh, you're spamming, you're breaking these rules of Instagram. And effectively, Instagram wants you to use Instagram more, or Facebook wants you to use Instagram to be addicted to Instagram. So you just look at more ads and click on more shit, and Facebook makes more money. So that's why I deleted my Instagram. I wanted more personal freedom. If you do not have an Instagram, what can you do? I recommend opening up medium.com, make your own blog, wordpress.com, or better yet, go to bluehost.com, build a wordpress.org blog for yourself, and build your own photo blog. And this will create a lot more freedom, flexibility for you, and even make your own YouTube videos. This is why I do not put ads on YouTube videos because I could easily make probably like $3,000 a month putting on ads that annoy the shit out of you. I don't like to do onto others as I don't like others to do onto me. So guys, don't delete your Instagram, don't listen to me, but just think a little more about it. Peace out.